Revenged Love. Chapter 1. My ex's new boyfriend is my rival. The first time Leo saw Elijah Winters, he didn't know whether to punch him, cry, or fall in love with him. It was the first Monday of the semester, and Westmore University felt like the reset button Leo had needed for months. New campus, new classes, and, hopefully, a new version of himself, one who wasn't defined by the heartbreak Jamie left behind. The past was supposed to stay buried in another city, another year, but heartbreak has a way of catching up. Leo had just exited the library, freshly armed with a syllabus and lukewarm coffee, when he saw them, standing in the golden morning light on the steps of the literature building, like a perfectly framed photo. Jamie and someone else. At first, Leo only saw Jamie's familiar posture, the slight tilt of his head when he was laughing something soft and nostalgic, twisted in Leo's chest. But then the other figure turned, revealing dark curls, eyes sharp with amusement, and a smile so dangerously confident it made Leo freeze in place. Elijah Winters. Leo had heard of him in passing, even before he transferred. Theater department star, debate club winner. Known for his charm, his wit, and his absolute ability to make people fall for him without even trying. Now he was standing next to Jamie, laughing with him, touching his arm like it was already second nature. Jamie looked relaxed, happy, untouched by everything he and Leo had gone through. There was no guilt in his eyes, no awkwardness, just the look of someone who had moved on without hesitation. Leo's heart sank, a cold pressure blooming behind his ribs. He hadn't expected a fairy tale reunion or some dramatic scene. But he hadn't expected this gut punch either, the sudden, devastating confirmation that Jamie had found someone new, and worse, someone who looked like he could rewrite Leo's entire existence with a single grin. He turned away before they saw him. That should have been it. Leo could have disappeared into his classes, buried himself in the poetry club, kept his distance, but fate didn't care about personal space. The next morning, Leo walked into his modern lit class, scanned the room for an empty seat, and nearly tripped over his own feet when he saw Elijah lounging in the second row. Legs crossed, textbook barely opened, smirk already waiting. And then he looked up. "You're Leo, right?" Elijah asked casually, like they hadn't just shattered Leo's mental peace 24 hours ago. "Jamie told me you're good with words." Leo stared. "Did he also tell you to stop talking to me?" Elijah chuckled, unbothered. "Not yet. Should I expect that memo?" Leo slid into the seat beside him with a tight-lipped expression and the silent promise that he wouldn't let this go unchecked. Elijah might have been charming, but Leo wasn't about to roll over and let him win. It only got worse or better, depending on how you looked at it when they were assigned to the same discussion group. Every time Elijah made a witty observation, the room laughed. Every time Leo responded, Elijah looked at him like he was taking notes on more than just the reading. By the end of the week, they were clashing on metaphors, fighting over interpretations, and accidentally locking eyes way too often. It was confusing. Leo hated it. And deep down, he kind of loved it too. Because this wasn't just about Jamie anymore. This was about Leo. About proving he wasn't someone you could replace. Elijah had stepped into his world, confident and smug. And Leo was ready to meet him head-on. Because if this was war, Leo was prepared to fight. Even if he didn't know yet whether the battlefield was made of poetry, pride, or the undeniable tension sparking every time Elijah smiled at him, like he already knew how this story would end.